Hey guys. And he was kind of beating all around the bush, and he said the reason was because really the person he has back home is his fin-dom, and that she finally, and I was like, what? That's a thing?
But there's applying it, and then there's the actual action of usage.
Right.
Like when you discipline a child. You tell
Keep going. And then when we do it, you gotta say, scissor me, daddy, like that. All right?
No, you know.
This is not the fucking thing to do. Like,
They think that's normal.
I got you, like, buddy.
I can't.
Can't help her.
Minutes later, I see a pizza slide under my door. No contact. Like, I'm good.
You see the pizza slide under the door with the hands, and your fucking hand slam down on top of it and grab it.
We have an initial physical type of what we like to see initially, because our eye is always drawn to something. I can see a tall guy, big and broad shoulders, and I'm like, ooh, nice. But if he talks to me, and I'm gonna be like, maybe not. Okay, so Mike, until we get the rest of the guys in, do you want to start with your first question for us ladies? First of all, are you drinking a Capri Sun?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. First things first, what is happening?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in.
Hello.
What's up, Basic? How you feeling?
Not much. I'm good.
I
How
get a
are
chance
you?
to ask you that while we was backstage. How's everything going with you?
As well as it can be. No complaints right now. Yeah, no complaints right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's going good. It's going good.
That's the best part about it all. As long as it's going good, that's all that matters. So, but welcome everybody back to the We Got Questions podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mike Hennessy. I am joined with the basic one. She's right there. I know it's been a little while for some of us, but hey, look, sometimes you need that little bit of time. Everybody got to get some things together, get some bearings in order. Do your thing, everything. So, but it's good to, see you back. And I'm happy to be back. I have not talked on here since March something.
Yeah.
I think we did a cooking episode. I don't know if you've seen it, but we did an episode. My sis came on.
I have to go back and watch. I did not get to. But yeah, I think this makes probably like 2 weeks that you haven't been on then, because I think it's been 3 since it's been 3 shows, 3 episodes for me.
No, it hasn't. It's been more than 3.
No, Mike, it's only been 3.
It's been more than 3.
Mike, it's only been 3.
Well, which one did you remember doing?
The last one that you did was on April 24th, I think.
That was more March. I think it was like March.
March 20. Wait, was it?
It was in March.
I can't remember the last one.
Because it's April. It's April already. So.
Yeah. Oh, right. So it must have been March. I don't know. I don't know dates, but I'm pretty sure it's only been 3.
Maybe. We gotta see if if it's been 3. Let's see if it's been 3 for basic, y'all. Let's see. So 1 month ago, and let's get deep. That was a month ago. So it's been a little bit more, a little bit more time, but March 3rd was the last time you was here.
Nah, it was March 3rd. I don't know.
I'll figure y'all. Yeah, it was March 3rd, but hey, look, take your time. Look, we here. That's as long as you here it, and we all, getting this stuff going, and we can start talking back to the people. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Plus, you're, in all honesty, like your time and your space and everything that was happening, it all belongs to you at the end of the day too. So I ain't going. I'm a team player. That's how I'm a roller. So Eminem. I think it's Morgan. What's up, Morgan? The baby daddy stuff. What's up, Morgan? Not anybody's baby daddy, y'all, but nobody thinking. I am somebody's baby daddy. I'm saying bullshitting around.
Right.
Anyway, yep. All right. Anyway, so today I wanted to kind of talk about some stuff. There was stuff that I was just seeing, in this world, just in a world of podcasting, in a world of dating. But before we even get to the start of the podcast and everything like that, they'll give us a little update on just what was, how our lives been, just what we have been doing, fun stuff, all the things that we've been doing since, we haven't been on in a little bit. Like,
yeah. So for everybody who doesn't, I won't go into too much detail to like bore you guys and get into a long emotional story. I've had some family health issues that we've been dealing with. And Mike was cool enough to allow me to take a little time away. It was we're still in the process of it. But we're at a point right now where we're just we can't really, I can't do anything. So I'm trying to get back into the normal flow of life. But as you know, with family health stuff, especially when it's people that are close to you, it can get kind of stressful. And especially when it's coming to deal with like your parents and things that they necessarily, because they're older, they might not be able to always handle on their own. So that's kind of like, that's where I've been. And I appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for being patient with me during the time that I've been off as well. You too, Mike.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, at this point, it's as good as can be expected. We're not like, everything's not like perfect, but we can only do so much in life. We can only help so much. And right now, just in the process of moving from one step to the next. I really can't do anything to change anything where we're at right now. And so just trying to get back into the regular flow of, life. Outside of that, I've just been working and between here and my hometown, and that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, great.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, for me, basically just living life still, but I also feel like I've just been working towards getting more knowledge on things, doing a little bit more studying, also working towards something that that I want to do this year with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hopefully we get to that point, and hopefully, I think that we're close to, getting there at this point. So it should be a nice little ride that we can go on once we get to there. But for those that don't know, I'll talk to a couple of people about it, but the goal is this summer is to do our first live podcast and make that happen, and enjoy that. It's actually nerve-wracking to me because it's like, that's something personal, and then there's like people being in a space, and it's just because it's the first one, that's something that I'm looking at. So I'm like, all right, do I still have oh snap! An old podcast is on my phone, and I'm like, why am I seeing comments pop up? I'm sorry. But yeah, that's the goal, is to do that this year in the summertime. So we're going to try to make this happen as fast as we possibly can, but we will give all the details and everything out real soon. So that's something that I've just been planning for myself. What else? A little bit of more health stuff. I feel like feel a little good,
Okay. Is it because you're still eating plants?
No.
Because you've been is it working out, or is it because you're still eating like chickpeas and leaves?
What's funny as hell? I had that same exact thing I was talking to you about today. Oh man, I was destroying that drink. Yo, listen. If y'all don't know, a falafel and rice and salad goes together very well. Chill until you go and have it. What it is that they take the falafel, right, and they just deep fry it, and it's just chickpeas and other vegetable stuff mixed. Your face looks like it's disgusting, but
no,
you take that.
I have eaten things. I have done some vegetarian stuff, and I've eaten some stuff with chickpeas in it, so I'm not against it. But you just like the description did feel very bland.
Okay, yeah, because it is. That's the fucked up part about it. Ain't nothing extra to it. It just, as bland as it possibly going to be. So yes,
the problem with that is that I don't necessarily like bland food.
I understand. Listen, you know what it is. Mike, stop playing. Yeah, the stuff that I do, So I gotta put these glasses
I
on. I
commend
want
you.
to be
You
able to
have
hear
way
things.
more. You have way more willpower. Hey Nat, you have way
Nat,
more
Nat, what up?
willpower than I do.
To be able to eat that?
On a consistent basis. I think on a you. It's not that you ate it once. You eat it regularly. And I listen. Hey, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's good as hell. Like, I don't gonna lie to you, it's amazing. Like, anybody, listen, if y'all haven't tried it, go eat some falafel. It is really good. Until you
You
eat
said
it, don't judge it.
falafel and lettuce.
Falafel and rice and lettuce.
And excuse me, rice. What kind of rice?
It's the yellow rice. I got yellow rice with it.
Falafel, yellow rice. Like that might add a little bit of flavor. Maybe the yellow
No, the
rice.
falafel has flavor in it. The falafel is flavor. It's not tasting. It's not just chickpeas. It's made of other things too. So it's like it's really good. I'm telling you, you just have to give it a try. You're gonna try it once, and that's just then you'll be good, and you'll be like, oh, I thought it was gonna be bad. You're like, no, it's pretty good. So
listen, I don't doubt that it probably doesn't. I don't imagine that it tastes bad. I just imagine that it tastes bland. That's all.
because of how it's I got you. If you leave it up to somebody like Marcus, they just be like, yeah, you eating nothing. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
Right. Me and Marcus probably see
meat.
like I.
Right. It's because you like meat everything. Like it don't matter to me. Like but all right, so also do I have any other updates? Not as of right now, particularly. I'm about to be old soon, but I'm sorry, basically.
No.
I know when I talk about hitting them 40s, everybody that ain't old. I know. I'm not about to be old.
What? I will be 43 next month. I am old. I'm okay with that. Because I'm old and fine. So it don't matter.
There you go. I need you to put some. You talking about me with the dry with the bland? You got to put some sauce in it. Let them know you
right. I'm old
and
fine.
There you go. I'm talking about. That's why I say, oh, 41.
I get better with age. Listen, when you hit, I'm gonna speak. I don't know about everybody. If every woman feels this way, have you seen? So I know you guys have probably possibly have seen the challenge women in their 30s. That thing that's been going around on TikTok, and it's a Beyonce song, but it's showing women in their 30s, and now they've transitioned over to women in their 40s are also joining the trend. And when I say they look amazing, like we look good in our 40s.
No, y'all do. All women. I feel like women. It's just, and that's why we here for real, for real. It's one of the reasons why we here in this conversation. Listen, I'm gonna just put it up there. Obviously, some of y'all should know what it is about, but this is the topic right now. I'm gonna leave that up there. So while we're talking, we can kind of give y'all what we're actually talking about.
You can see my purse right there. I'm just gonna move that.
Did you get it for $200 because China was, shutting it down and was like, yo,
do
you know about that?
Yeah, I do. But I didn't. This is an older person.
Listen, ladies, if y'all don't know, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Go get y'all bags, go get y'all everything, because China came out, not China, the companies that's in China. From what I was told, listen, Marcus made sure I knew what's happening. Yeah, Marcus told me, listen, it's the people around it, the companies around it that's buying it off of the other companies. So they say when y'all paying $13,000 for them Birkins, we only making it for $200, if that.
100%. Yeah.
And you got to think, and they lying to y'all, telling y'all there's this, and just like I think I was told it was 90% of it was done by China, and then the other 10% was labeling, logo.
Yeah. When you get a lot of those knockoffs, when you get them and you buy them from like those retailers that'll sell them, like DHgate and stuff like that, a lot of times the quality is so incredibly similar because it's basically the same thing. So
talk to him, basic. Talk to him.
Letting y'all know it's pretty much the same thing.
Listen, when you outs them, you outs them, and that's how I look at it. Like, y'all, my hands is in the air because I ain't got nothing to do with it. We ain't vote for him, so that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't vote for him, so I feel bad for the people that is attacking, because it's definitely attack on certain things. I don't mind talking about it. This is a current event. I feel like we all should be able to express this. I feel like, hey, if you made a mistake or you feel like you made a mistake doing the voting process and everything like that, we are definitely learning from those mistakes. The American Farmers Associations and all the people that's in the farm, they are about to suffer really bad because you have a person that do not care if they do or not. And it's sad because this is the reality of life for us when it comes to this, and it shouldn't be this way, but we're here. So
I was just looking at a guy on I'm sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go do your thing. Do your thing. It's been a while.
I was listening to a guy on on TikTok today, and he had made a post. His original post was saying that he voted for Trump, but his business was going out because I think there's something that he used to import, and that he was doing a lot of business with it. And now, of course, he can't because of the tariffs. And he was asking anybody if they knew how to outsource. And of course, his comments were filled with, well, isn't that cool? Not a lot of sympathy. I'll just say that. No one was really giving him any helpful tips. They were more so like, well, look what you did. I hope, you know what I mean? Like, I hope you have the day you voted for, is what one person said. And then he came back with another follow-up TikTok, and it was kind of like, I can't believe this is the kind of country we live in where people are judging someone based off of no. We're not judging you based off of that. Surely, when you voted for. He said people should be. His argument was that we should judge people based on how kind they are and how nice they are to people and the things they do and if they do good, and not who they voted for. And a lot of the comments in rebuttal were when you voted, is that what you were voting for too? Were you voting for someone who was kind and who did good things and who was looking out for everybody? Or did you blatantly ignore everything that was racist and everything that would hurt everyone else, all of the minorities, because you thought it would benefit you? And now it doesn't. Now you're suffering. Now your business is going to tank. And now you want to take it back. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to hit everyone. Anybody who thought they were exempt, filthy rich. If you're not filthy rich, if you thought you were going to be exempt from these tariffs and all of these policies that he's putting in place, you're not. Everybody's about to suffer. So, have fun with that.
I don't want to stay on it too long because it'll be all day. And
right.
I feel like we'll never get off of it. But I feel like I think it's about time we talk politics at some point. Yeah, it's about that time. Bringing more or less, I'm going to find someone who can be more vast. Maybe bring Marcus on, Chaz. That they have really, really good feel for what's going on in that community. I'm saying in the community like it belongs, but in that field, let's say that. I say community.
They're also way more articulate than us. So guys, please come. It's,
Yes, bring your asses. That's all I can say.
Let us talk about it instead of we're gonna be sounding like two people who are just trying to put the pieces
together. Two people. So Trump said he was gonna do this. What you think? That's us.
I think what it's called.
Right, we can push it back off each other, back and forth. So that's gonna be a fun time. But so let's see. All right, so we'll be here for once again. We're talking about dating younger or older. Let me first start by I got a lot more knowledge today talking to Marcus and Chaz. Just I kind of talk about things before I even get to a certain point of having the conversation. I feel like I gotta do as much mental research, as much research behind it, period. I have an understanding for something. There is a baseline, is what I got to. There is a baseline of when it comes to the male side of things. The men, when it comes to them dating younger, for what I was told was they can care less about what they have. And I'm gonna break this down. They can care less about what they have. What I was told was more or less what they can extract from the younger person that they're trying to get something from. And what that means is maybe get sexual things, manipulation, and how would I say it? Manipulation, sexual things, and just overall using until you get to a certain point where they don't need you anymore.
Okay, so
because, yes,
just for clarity, we're speaking about
older men.
In terms of older men dating younger women. Mm-hmm. And also, just to put this out there, we're not saying that this is necessarily the case in every situation, but we're talking about situations that might be more predatory, with older men who are more exclusively looking to date younger women for their own reasons.
Yes. So, these are for, like basically said, these are for the men that are doing this. Never for someone who just might date somebody who's younger. Mm-hmm. I feel as though if you date, you would date all. Like that's maybe if that makes sense. Like you would date all, whether it's a younger person or older person, like or person around your age, you will date all. Like you're not exempt to someone. To me, it's still all gonna get looked at a certain way. If you like my age and is like your girlfriend over here, 21 years old, she don't even know how to make her own sandwiches yet. No,
right.
No, I'm paraphrasing when I say that. I don't mean that, but I mean like in the sense of experience means everything. I need you to burn a stove a couple of times. I need you to be able to be out there a little bit more and get your fun out, because you're not going to be. I never really heard of a super duper young person that's already ready to just stay in a house and do this or you do that, because at the end of the day, I have little funny jokes for it. And as you date younger, your pockets is going to get checked. Like, that's just me. I think your pocket's about to get checked. Like,
what is your age limit?
I think now I'd rather date a person that's just in their 30s. That's it.
So you're not going. Okay.
I don't know if I want to do 29, 28. I think just 30s. Because you know what it is like, I feel like the mentality is a thing. And it's like, as we're getting older, remember I used to say all the time that 25, I feel like that's when you're grown. But then at that point, where's your experience at now heading into this point?
Yeah.
Like you have your 20 to your 25s. People have fun regardless all across the board. So I feel like people will date and they will do whatever, or they'll be out there, traveling and doing stuff. And people do that stuff now. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it's more women as older traveling more than anything. There's a stat that I just learned too. That's just like I didn't know that was a thing right now. But I feel as like that other 25 to 30, something is happening in between that phase. By the time you hit 30, you should know for a fact, like, okay, I done been around a ringer, I've been around a block a few times. Like, I understand what these persons is doing or what I have been through in my life. What I don't want was these things, what I expect out of my future. Most of the women are very educated by that point, whether it's in school, whether it's just in life experiences. They're deeper into jobs. Some of them are where they at money-wise. They have a child, and they're ready to go and ready to roll in that aspect. So I would say that's oh, here we go, Natty. I got you.
That was saying my first time dating younger is my current relationship, and this has been one of the most healthiest relationships I've ever been in. That includes people I've been with that is at least 10 years my senior. Damn, you did it 10 years my senior, sis? I don't even know if I could do that. He's 3 my junior. Now my current okay. And we'll go. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm just to bounce off.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't remember. I haven't dated anybody that's my same age in a bit. Not because I've just been choosing to date younger, but because younger men approach me. That's who approaches me. I don't often have men my age approach me, and I don't know if it's because they're looking for younger, but younger guys approach me. And I don't know if it's because they think I'm younger. I don't know which one it is, but like that's who I get approached by. My current boyfriend is younger than me, and the guy I dated before that was younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the person I dated before them.
I actually got a question to that too.
Might have been a little younger, and yeah, so it's been a bit since I've dated someone my exact age. I haven't dated anybody significantly. I dated someone older in college, but not too much older. But yeah, I get approached by younger guys, but it also has to come along with a certain level of maturity. Like I can't go too young, and you can't be acting like no kid bouncing around here either. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm a little too grown to be doing too young, too much young people stuff. So you gotta have a little bit of maturity on you, even if you are younger than me. You have to be a little bit of grounded. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get approached by younger people all the time. The problem with that is that a lot of younger guys, they are a lot of them are ready for like to start life and to have children, and I haven't been there, done that. So that's where we gotta. That's where the issue comes in.
Look at that. Look at that.
He said he will never date younger. Tone. He said he will never date younger than him again for the reasons Mike said. Okay.
And I'll share my story on dating younger, because the person that did it that was younger wasn't an issue. I think it was just the experiences in life that was different. Hey, my guy Tone, what up, brother? I gotta share this. Tone, if you get a chance, share this to the group. I was trying to. I'm doing everything at one time right now, trying to get it all out there. So, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Say it again.
How much younger was she than you?
I would say 9.
Okay.
I was 32 or 33, and she was 23 or turning 24.
Oh,
I've never done that before. I believe I was very like okay, should I not? I was very thinking about that. So, what was your question? I did have a question to you too. I want to know from both of y'all, but it was an experience. But I'm gonna get to that experience in a second. Okay. So how did it become? I'm trying to see what I'm trying to ask you as far as this. When did you become comfortable with the idea that you were dating younger, or you never really paid it no attention? You know how some people, when they start dating younger, they're like,
yeah. I think I was kind of, I don't know, I was kind of forced to. What was happening was no one, like I said, no one was approaching me other than people who were younger than me. And then it was like, okay, well then I guess I just have to get over the fact, because I would have been quick. I was always quick to be like, ooh, why do you have to be so young? You know what I mean? Like, why do you have to be so much younger? Because like I said, I was just assuming by the age, like there's a certain, I have to think about a lot of things. One, it's a maturity level. Also, it's the places that we are in life and what we want, right? And so if you're at a certain place because of your age where you're just starting and you want to start a family because you're just entering that phase, I'm not the person you want to be with. My daughter is 20, about to be 21. We're not starting a family. So those are, you know what I mean? Like, so that's the thing that would be like, that's where I have to draw my line. If you're at a place where you're just trying to start a family and do all that kind of stuff, I'm not the girl for you.
Excuse me.
You know what I mean? If you're still, if we're not in the same place where we have kind of like equal goals of where we want to be, and it might be because of age, that's where I have to draw a line. But I had to be comfortable with it because that's who was approaching me more so than people my age. And I was like, well, I can't, am I turning away everybody? You know what I mean? Am I turning away everyone? So yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna accept it. Just get over it.
Yo, Trey, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome back. The fun stuff. We're talking about these old heads and y'all young bulls. Because I'm an old head now. You know what I mean? I can't sit back and say, hey, look, I'm chilling at the end of the day. I ain't dating no super young persons at all. So I leave the young peoples alone. That's
But
for
then
that's for you and that's for you to I'm playing. That's for you.
but then I already liked the idea of being with him and really liked the person he was and how he treated me. But Nat, 3 years isn't a big age gap.
No, but it's still younger. Some people still like, hey,
Hi, Tracy.
that is Trey Bella. Trey, one day I got to get you on the show. I'll bring the Batcave crew up here so we can all sit back and talk and have fun and enjoy ourselves. Like everybody be in the Batcave just having fun. We all talk like stuff like this and it just be fun. But a lot of my ideas come from a lot of us. So so let's see. I'm gonna put on the video. Everybody that is here, please sit and let's watch this so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. I need to change that. Yeah, it is beyond federal at this point. It's beyond federal. The way Trumpiana them acting, they know who you are now. No, I'm playing. She said the script. She did the face like, ugh. It is for someone like me who dates at least 7 years my senior, usually. Yeah, we're going to talk about all this stuff because I feel as though this is stuff that needs to be talked about. You missed the first half of the story. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put on the video, basic.
All right.
And this video is going to wake a lot of the situation up. Yes, this is one-sided.
Hi.
This is just for Nat, what up? This is just for one side of the coin with this. So just know not trying to trigger nobody with this video or anything like that, but a lot of what he's saying is what a lot of men think. Remember, Marcus, I'm learning so many words. Marcus and them said that men are scared of women with agency.
Ooh, okay.
So they don't. That's probably one of the bigger reasons why they won't date older women is because in their mind they don't mean anything. Once again, y'all know how some of y'all have known why I don't use the word female. Men don't even think of women as actual people.
Not all men. Some men.
Not all men. No. Anytime I say men, y'all, we are talking about those guys. But they reduce them to just their gender. Like you got to think, and you don't think about that before you say it. And then it's when it's relayed to you, it's like I can call them what I want because that's what they are. Okay, so it's just all right, but all right, here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Date somebody your own age. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you dating women your own age?
Some women, not all. Not all. Some women be pretty when they're young. When they get older, they be looking bad.
There's
the older women don't
dynamic.
be fit. They don't be friendly. They don't be feminine. They don't be cooperative.
So women
and they don't be submissive.
A lot of times men want to date somebody so much younger because y'all be wanting somebody to train. That's what it is.
Yeah, sometimes.
And men say that. Women are not things to train.
Well, you could train up. It said train up a child in the way they should go.
But that's why y'all be wanting to date children. That's why y'all be wanting to date children.
So listen, I see older guys date young girls all the time. You understand?
We do, but that doesn't say that there's nothing wrong with that, though. Just because it's normalized does not mean that it's okay.
When you think you have kids?
I'm not having kids.
What you mean you're not having kids?
I'm not having kids.
That's what you was born here to do.
No, I'm not.
Why would you not want to have kids?
Why would I?
I'm asking you.
I want to have kids. I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my life to be about me.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay.
So basically, that's your first time seeing it.
It is.
Before I even speak, I'm not saying a goddamn thing. You got to bring the topic from last night.
Uh-oh.
Hey sis, what's going on? Text me it again. It was I remember. Yes, text that to me so I can get 100% what was said because I don't remember everything. So yeah, the comments is going. Basically, the comments is going. I'm trying to get to them now. All right, hold on, y'all. Whose man is this?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The rest of that comment was crazy. Yeah.
Listen.
So, basically, before I even go in and say something, yeah, brother, it was that. Before I go in and say something, before you go in and basically say this is just what I personally feel. I think like me having this conversation, people will treat the conversation as if I'm just so against men. right? It is
Uh-huh.
not about being against men, it's being against the idea of what these men have for women. Even if there's not too, like, this is just how they're going to think. A lot, you've heard people talk like him before. This is not the first time y'all have heard somebody talk like this. You can go
Right.
to other conversations and see people do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
The number one thing I take out of it is when men say cooperation and not being combative. What are those two elements? That's the biggest problem with it. It's predatory. You want somebody that doesn't have an opinion in anything. You want somebody that's very robot like. And the term that was used earlier is slave like.
Yeah.
You want a slave. You want somebody that you feel like you can control. So all women who have dated older men, I'm not saying this has all happened to everyone, but this is a big ass game that they play that you don't even know that's happening. I think once you relieve the relationship, when you sit back and evaluate how things went, you do realize this is what was happening. Now I'm not coming at anybody in particular or nothing like that, but I do feel like a lot of people ignore that fact.
Right.
A lot of people will ignore the fact that what that man said is what it is because they love that person, and it's not your fault. It's just that you love that person, so you tend to not, think about it in that sense. You're not going to think about it in a sense of, oh, well, he was doing me wrong. Baby girl, I'm 39. I know if I'm going to do somebody wrong, and I know what I'm doing in the process. I'm accountable for me at all times. I know what I'm doing. If I manipulate you and I get you to do what I need you to do, I know what I'm doing. That I am the most experienced person in the room. There's not enough that your mom can teach you. Sometimes there's not enough your father can teach you. Because when you're out there to learn things on your own and do things on your own and grow on your own, sometimes you're looking to someone to do what you've been taught and conditioned to do, and that's let a man lead your life. And then when you do that, you now allow a person who plans on treating you as if you are their toy until they're done with you. Men never think that it's going to be a point where they're going to. Somebody says something. This one of my coworkers says something. Is like, I don't have to be attractive. All I have to have is money, and all I have to have is certain things. So he used certain things about him to say this is why I should have a woman.
Wow.
Go ahead, Basic. I'll let you speak on that one.
There's so much to unpack here. Like, you know what I mean? There's so.
If you need me to run it back, I can run it back. I do not mind it. I will run that back.
The first thing I want to say is probably the most.
Hey, she changed it up, and you put the picture up. I like
most
it.
Disgusting things that he
Brittany
said is the train up a child. Ew. Like, how disgusting.
What's up,
that?
Joe? How are you doing, sir?
And that statement alone is the statement alone is predatory. Like the fact that you were looking at it as train up a child, that lets you know that it's not an issue of preference because of looks and all that other shit that he said. It had everything to do with what he can, the kind of influence and kind of like training a woman to do a certain thing for him because of her lack of experience and knowledge and a ton of things, education, all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like that's because let's just break it down. All that shit he said about women in their 40s are not like, they're not pretty, they're not soft, they're not, they can't be submissive. All lies. The difference is
what up, Crystal?
That we carry experience and life experience and knowledge, and we're not going to let someone walk all over us because we've probably been there, done that. But can we be soft? Absolutely. Are older women beautiful? Absolutely. Can we be submissive if we want to? Absolutely. But to the right man, not just to anybody. And I think that he's in the space where I can make her, because I have money, I can make this young woman do whatever, no matter what kind of man I am. I can make her do whatever. And that's why he's going towards the younger women. Has nothing to do with we can't be soft, we can't be beautiful, we can't be submissive, we're too hard, we're too aggressive. No. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that he
Coming back to
can't
Joe's comment.
he can't be a fool. You know what I mean? He can't do whatever he wants to. He wants to be, and that's what he wants. He wants to be able to take that immaturity and experience and use it to his advantage and to take away her agency.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep. You work so hard in your life to become a woman. This is how I personally feel. I cannot speak for women. I just have to speak for Mike. At the end of the day, my voice is out here to just be able to speak to people. I feel like my friends are my advisors in my way. But now I can speak for Mike. I feel like you work so hard to be a woman just for you to now start getting called female. That shit is weird to me. And I think I would say to everybody in this group, please understand before that F about to come out your mouth, understand what you are saying about other women. And I'm speaking to other women that are speaking to other women too. Just understand, like, this, I'm only saying it because this is the problem that sometimes that men have put out there. They've put that notion out there that this is who you are. So it's almost like everyone else accepts what that word is for you. You are, and here we go, Marlena. Me and you have had this conversation. I love that she says we have standards. Yes, the standard now should be call me a woman, because you can compare me to other things that are female too, the lowest forms of it. In your own personal opinion, I can call you whatever. I can tell you whatever, because this is who I feel like you are. I don't have enough respect to call you a woman. Come on now. At the end of the day, you choose how you choose to talk to people. You choose how you show up for people, or whatever the case is. If I choose to say I'm never going to call you this, that's what I'm going to do. And that's something that I feel like everyone should be able to take back some type of power when it comes to that. Take that shit back from us. You know what I mean? I'm only saying that because of the man. Listen, take that shit back. I don't have no bearings on calling you that. When I came out, and listen, Pam Shaw, if I was a kid, hey, female, I'd have probably got my lips slapped all the way around the other. I'd have been talking from the back of my head.
Right?
I'd have been talking back there. Y'all have seen me up front, freckles and shit up here, lips in the back. I'm just, nah. And that's why I said, I want to go back to Joe's comment, because I feel like you said things that was basic what Joe said. Look at this. And everybody is agreeing.
They are young souls with mature mindsets, as well as older individuals who will never mature and refuse to grow up mentally. That's true. That's true.
Yep. Really, Trey?
But I think the scariest part of this, and if we think about it honestly, this is the same type of
Nisha?
Who you'll find like with the passport bros who like only want women from other countries. It's the same kind of predatory nature. They're not going to another country because they prefer women or they have a preference towards women from this country. They are going because they want to prey on their weakness. It's not because they're more submissive. It's because they're looking for someone who wants to get a green card. Oh, I did the balloons. I forgot. They want, they're looking for
damn fingers.
They're looking for that, especially when it's the ones that go to like those third world countries to find a woman. They're like, y'all, it's been a while. I'm sorry. I forgot that we do all this when like all this happens. And I'm a very hand.
Only for her is this. Yeah. That's all I'm waiting for. You might well do the last one. Go ahead, do the last one.
Wait,
go ahead, Richard Nixon.
Do it?
There you go, Richard Nixon. Yeah.
Is it gonna? Of course, because I'm trying, it won't do it. It's only gonna do it in the middle of conversation when I'm like to distract me. But these are the same people who like to date women like in third world countries that are trying to like get a come up, and they're like, oh no, it's because they're more submissive and they know how to treat their men. No, you're over there as a predator. Okay, you're not going to
Tree, stay right there. I'm gonna talk about it.
Like you're not going to countries with women who are well established, and you're saying I like women from other countries that are like cultured, and you're not going to those women. You're going to countries where you can find a woman that you can scoop up and make do whatever you want to. And the reason why your argument is because women from America aren't submissive and don't know how to treat their men. It's the same argument that these men who are looking for younger women have. It's because you want someone to run all over. You want someone to train. You are a predator. You're not someone who's dating someone because you just like the energy of a younger woman. That's not what it is.
Yep.
And it's sick.
It's extremely sick, and I feel like you said, the passport boys and all the people that do not. Let's just say what it is. Black women are too fucking strong for you, in your own sense, in your own mind. Black women are too strong for you. They have an opinion. They have all these things. I think like when somebody hurts these men, they tend to attack women by feeling like going to other women and other races is how you do it now. One of the things. Oh man, you ever fuck with this? You ever fuck with it? And it's like hearing them talk like that. I don't think they realize how much of an idiot they sound like sometimes.
They don't care because they're just people.
Yeah,
anyway.
They don't care. Yeah, they just don't care.
Do you know how many like lives I've seen on TikTok that are like that, and that'll be like the topic that they have in their background that. You should only date white women and stop dating black women because they don't know how to treat their men. Do you know how many times I've passed by that and seen that? And like it is not even worth me getting angry about because they sound like idiots. They don't give a fuck if they sound like an idiot. They just do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they sound weak. Because if their argument is that black women don't know how, we all know black women know how to treat a man. Like we all know that. That's not what you want. What you want, they weren't raised by one. And they in their minds,
they weren't. Yeah, they don't even, That's where it starts a lot of the times.
You can't love your own mother. For you to be able to formulate those words, you can't love the women that raised you. For you to be able to say things like that. Mm-mm.
All right, so look, I'm a veer to the side. I'm gonna come back to this. So,
right.
I was at a live podcast yesterday. My friend Stormy P, Chocolate Chip and Sip. She's with the Talk Heavy podcast, and one of the conversations that they were having. Hold on, let me go to it so I can make sure I'm quoting this right because my sister sent this to me. She said, "All right, so the dude was bringing this guy." Brought up a question about he brought up a question about bringing a substitute in the bedroom for his lack of dick.
Okay.
And he said something like he comes too quick or something like that, So he said is there anything wrong with bringing in a substitute for his lack of something?
Okay.
And one of the men jump on the mics and he brings it up like a dildo isn't a toy.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, he brings up the question. He says a dildo isn't a toy. A dildo is a penis, basically. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, and then he was like, that's not a toy in the bedroom. I'm not touching no penis. I ain't doing this. Anything that's just because I guess it's the shape of it. It's like he immediately went and veered off to the left of that, whatever the case is. And, it's just a fear. Of course, there's that fear around the, things that shape like penises. But how do y'all feel? Anybody in the comments, how do y'all feel about like bringing toys to the bedroom? Like, do you think it's an issue? Do you think it's a problem?
No, I love it.
What if she wanted you to use the dildo on her? You cool with that?
I love a good toy. Bring it on. Sorry. Listen, it's personal.
It's very, very straight to the point with us, this one. So,
It's personal preference. It's whatever comfortable for you. Like, I don't understand why we care what other people think. It's whatever makes you feel comfortable in your, like, if that's what he wants to do and he's comfortable with it and she's comfortable with it and that's what he wants and that's what she wants and they both are fine, it doesn't matter what I think. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're okay with it, it doesn't matter what I think. For me, I love a toy. Let's bring in all the toys.
You should basic.
Listen, somebody said 6-man dick. That's so 6-man dick is wild. Exactly. To each his own. Like, what? Why? It doesn't even matter what we think.
Okay. As long as he is satisfied. Hey, I don't mind some toys. Ain't grabbing no ain't grabbing no jelly beans. Figure you would say that.
I can't.
Oh, okay. Treat said, all right, being married 18 years, the new relationship vibes fade away. The fact that you have to really get to know your partner scares you or grows you together, as toys have brought much joy in
Yeah.
relationships. Yeah.
As long as you, this is the
Now
thing.
the dudes were saying, "Oh, that's bringing in another man."
Oh, they were saying that's bringing in another man. I think that's little. Like that's a bit. That's a
I
stretch.
think at that point, I think I toned out anyway because I was like, "Ooh, never mind."
That's a
My
stretch.
mind just went somewhere else.
Two people can have an understanding and know what they're doing. It could be they know that they're doing it to enhance their experience, and neither one of them thinks that they're doing it to bring another man in. Only someone in who has their own insecurities about that particular situation would say that. Like the only person who's going to have an issue with it and say, "Oh, you're bringing another man in." It's somebody who has their own personal insecurities about it, and they feel like if I can't get it done, then what? Then you know what I mean? That's the only problem. If you the people who do it know that it's to enhance an experience between the two of them for whatever their reasons are, whatever they're looking for. And if you have an issue and your argument is, I'm not bringing another man into a room because we had a toy, that's coming from insecurity. That's saying that you think that by bringing that toy, it means that you are inadequate. And that's not what that means all the time. We were very confused when they was reacting like they need to grow up, but bull simple as hold on, you got to read it because I know
It's Philly language.
I was.
They
That's what I was
like
about to
they
say. I
need to
know this is
grow up.
Philly,
Bull
and I'm not
simple.
fixing to read it correctly. It was gonna happen.
I think she's trying to say Bull simply asked how can he better please his woman because he know he falls short.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw bull, I was like, "That's Philly. I don't need to read that. I'm gonna read it incorrectly, and it's not gonna sound right. Might take it."
Got you. Anyway, if he ain't packing, he got to suck it up and make sure she's taken care of. That's the ultimate sacrifice. She might just require more than you have. Yeah.
And if he's comfortable with it, and if she's comfortable with it, then let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, let's do whatever it is.
Right. All right. So, veering back to the old versus young conversation. So now, I guess where my question would lie is, like, now that we obviously know what the problems are with the dating older, dating younger, stuff like that, do we feel as though, how do we feel now? If at the knowledge that we know, you asked me what was my age limit, what was yours? What is your age limit? Do they have to be in their 30s? You don't mind them in their 20s? Like,
they have
does
to be
that requirement?
I can't date anybody. My daughter is about to be 21. I can't date anybody in their 20s. In their 30s, yes, but like I said, it has a lot to do with that threshold of also where you are in life. Like if you are in your 30s and you're at a place in your life where you're trying to start a family and you want to do a lot of the things that people typically want to do when they just get into their 30s that I'm not there for, then we can't date because I'm not trying to have any more children. You know what I mean? And where I am in my life is at a very specific place that you might not be there yet, or I might have done certain things that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're like, if we're not on the same, we don't have the same or similar aligned goals of what we want, then that might have a lot to do with it. But yeah, I definitely can't. I could never do 20s.
Never do 20s? Okay. Yeah, same. Like I said, same for me. I do believe what you were saying. The mindset means everything. If your mindset isn't a certain thing, you can probably date somebody in their 30s and their mindset still ain't where it need to be because they might have done a lot in their life.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel as though like bringing in your standards and bringing in maybe things that you require out of your life, like you can talk to people and they'll tell you what exactly they want out of their life.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, okay, I require these things. And sometimes some people feel like they're not stacking up to it.
Yeah.
So immediately, it's a problem. Like most most of the time men are very intimidated by women's position in life,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or you have the other side of the fence where women feel like they can't do something for a man in his life. So it's a flip flop. I think it's more or less like at that point, do you date someone that is more recognizable to you, or more closer to, I guess, what you have? Like maybe don't go too far up here, but maybe come down here and see what's on this surface level.
Yeah.
Before you do up, up and down.
Yeah.
Date somebody younger, they might have requirements that you can't meet.
Yeah. I think it also has a lot to do with like what you're looking for at that point, at whatever stage in life you are. Like if you're needing someone and when you're young, you're usually wanting someone that you can build a life with, right? So you might need them to have
That's
a
a good
certain
one.
amount of income or to be trying to get to a certain place. But if you're at the place where I'm at in life, where like I've done the raising my child, I know that I'm self-sufficient. I don't necessarily I need you to compliment me, but I don't need you to finance me. You know what I mean? I don't want to take care of you, but at the same time, I want us to be equally able to contribute to, if we should ever live together, I want us both be able to contribute to one another. You know what I mean? So I don't need you to be able to finance a certain lifestyle for me. I'm at a place where I provide for my own lifestyle, but what I'm looking for is someone who, can hold their own. So that's why it's very much about like where you are at a certain place in life versus and your partner as well. And you have to ask those questions early on. And I say that because like we were talking about like age limit, the person that I'm dating right now and my ex are the same age. And for instance, my ex wanted children and I did not. And that was an issue. Mm-hmm. The first thing that I asked the person that I'm dating right now is, do you want kids? And they said no. And so that's why, that worked for me. They both are the same age. They're both younger than me. And you don't know how many younger men that I have, when I say I'm not having any more kids, they're like, are you sure? You think about it. You can have another child. I don't want you. Don't try to talk me into having another kid. Don't do that. Like, why would you do that?
So and that's the part, is like when you say it, you mean it. Like, yeah, I don't want no kids at all.
Yeah. So then you would be surprised, like, because they're at that place where they don't have any children and they would like to have one day, but they also still want to date me. That's probably not going to work because I don't want any kids and I'm not going to be able to give you what you want. So
that's very true. Trying to convince your ovary.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure you can have probably like one or two. I don't want one or two. You're missing the point.
Yeah. So, you know what? It was something that the guy said at the end when he questioned the woman on why you don't want to bring life into this world. Why you want to? This is what he said, and I know a lot of y'all women feel this way. Why don't you want to bring why do you don't want to do what you was here to do?
That's the question. Even I'm a mother, and that question still irks me. Like, this is my thing. I've also had men ask me at this age, like, why don't you want to have more children? And also when I used to say, I don't have to be married to be happy or fulfilled. Why wouldn't you want to be? Listen, I wasn't put on this earth to be a baby maker. Okay. I'm not manufacturing babies. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? I was one and done, and I knew that from the beginning after I had my daughter. I thought maybe if I'm younger, if I meet the right person, that I might want to have another child. But I'm not here just to be popping out babies just because. And I feel like women should be able to say, I don't want children and not feel ashamed. If they want to be about themselves and not, because being a parent requires a lot of selflessness. And if that's not something that you want to give up, that should be your choice. Like if you don't know if you want to like be able to have to take care of a child and all of the sacrifice that comes along with it, that should be a choice that women should be able to make without feeling shamed for it.
Yeah.
It goes back to that old school mentality, like we're just supposed to like cook, clean, and have babies.
Yeah. There we go. They got a part right there. Because I was getting to this. I was about to start jumping around the conversations and not just able women, but also maybe unable women that can't have kids
Yes.
based off of what that person has said. So women who can't have children, women who are who wanted them but just cannot produce children, you know, like where's the situation for that? You know, like what happens with that? Maybe you have people that are maybe handicapped in other ways, or maybe, you know, you have some people that are dealing with like mental issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That you never know if they want to be mothers or not, but like, hey, are they not allowed to choose how they want to live life too? You know, like they're not allowed, are they not women now? Like, oh, they're not worth it because of their status in life, because of this, you know?
Yeah.
Men the same way. Because I'm not just saying it's just women, because I mean, it's not just the women that's getting the issues, it's men that's getting this shit too. Getting this shit handed left and right. You know, like if I could flip it over, I'm not gonna say all women, but sometimes some women's standards are that you gotta have status in life to be able to consider anything that you're asking for anyway.
Have y'all seen the trend on TikTok where it's like people, it's that, I don't know who sings the song. Is it Bryson Tiller, y'all? Somebody help me, because I don't really know. But it's like the song where he's like, I don't know if he's saying 21 with no kids, but it's people who are whatever age and no kids.
I ain't follow that side.
They're doing the song and they're singing to it and they're doing like a little dance because they're happy that they're whatever age with no kids and they just living their life. And the amount of anger that incited in people with kids, like they were furious. And it wasn't like people were saying like, oh, I don't have a child and you do. It's just they were happy. The fact that they were whatever age and they just had children.
Like as if, and then you got a bunch of people telling them they should have kids.
They should have
you
children.
Need to go on and have kids.
You would be so much happier, or trying to defend their choice in having a child. Listen, if you wanted to have a child, great for you. If that's what makes you feel happy and fulfilled, no one is telling you not to. But it is also okay for this young lady or young man to be like, I don't want children. And the amount of, when it was like women who were like in their 30s or whatever, and you would have the amount of men in the comments saying, you know, you would be happier if you were settled down and you had a baby. Why? Like, what kind of misogynistic thing is that? Like
patriarchy, big time right there.
You would be so much happier. Or the people who are like, they'd be like, oh, but how many of y'all are saying this just because y'all haven't aborted your children? Ew.
What?
Like, whoa. The fact, like, and if they have, what is that your business? Why is that your business? Also not your business. Stop being disgusting. I swear.
It's just amazing to know, like, this is just the mindset of a lot of people. Like, no, men, women, don't matter what it is. A lot of people think the same exact way. Like, a lot of people are doing the same exact thing, and it doesn't make no sense. No, it really don't make no sense.
I can't see the last comment because there's something that's up above like the last comment bar, so I can't see what Natalie said. Can you put that back up for me again?
This one?
Yes, I can't wait until my son is grown. Listen, my daughter is 20, about to be 21 in November. You don't know the level of excitement, okay, that I had when she turned 18. I thought it was like a celebration. Do you know how I was counting down until like when she was young? I thought 18 would never come. And now that she is in like her 20s, I'm like, thank you. Because I still feel like I don't feel like I can't, like I don't have, like I'm like I'm older or anything. I still have so much life to live. And she's an adult. Listen, praise. And I love being a parent. But at the same time, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy.
I definitely count down. That's crazy work.
Listen, yeah.
So in that experience, when these kids grow, I'm starting the OnlyFans.
Oh gosh.
What's up, Crystal? How are you? Yeah. Welcome in.
Listen.
You'll talk about an empty nester. Yeah.
The next step is her getting her own place.
What you gonna do the first day she get her own place?
I don't know. It's gonna be quiet, but I'm gonna be happy for her. I have never been the parent that was like, as my child was meeting certain milestones, it made me sad. I love watching her grow. I've always loved watching her grow, and I've always liked watching her meet certain milestones in life. I like seeing the person she's becoming. So, you know, it doesn't make me sad. I think I'll be happy for her. Will I be extra quiet here in the house? Probably so. But like, will I be happy for her because I know she's about to start her journey in life? Yes. I'll be so excited for her for that.
So in this conversation that we was talking about, right? We were talking about in other countries and other places, the age limit and the pressures on people to get married is a lot younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the Jewish community, obviously 13, you can get married.
Terrifying.
We cringe. Yes, you cringe it, but a lot of them have a certain thing that's happening over there that when it does happen, it's not necessarily a problem because they grow up in a certain structure that stays the same. You know, we have so much different things happening over there, so much freedom, so much of this, like it doesn't resonate the same, you know, like it's not doing the same exact thing. So I'm never going to sit back and say that it's okay because I just, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way in hell. But the point was made to Chaz saying that he thinks the age of being a full-blown adult should be 25.
Listen, 100%, yeah. Because what is the age when the frontal lobe is fully developed? I don't know what that is, like what that age limit is. But when you think about, just because it's culturally a cultural norm, does not mean that it's necessarily right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, 25 is okay.
25, okay.
Yeah, because at the age of 13. They're babies. And I understand that it also is a different lifestyle. Like they're probably doing more, but still there's an innocence and an inability to fully comprehend things and make certain decisions and really understand certain concepts of life that they will not grasp until they lived more life. You know what I mean? So it's terrifying.
No. Now, remember, we were talking about that earlier, where I agree that that's why I say, like, there's that 20 to 25, 21 to 25, because I feel like when you're 21, you can do all the things at this point now.
Yeah.
There was something also talked about voting, how voting should be younger because you're affecting children's lives immediately all the time. You know, mess with their lives. Why can't they have a choice to choose who they want to vote for at an earlier age? So, 20, I said at 21 to 25, like I could say 20, but you're not, like I said, legally you really can't do certain things yet. So in America, but 21 to 25, there's a space that's happening. I feel like you're preparing yourself for 25 because most 20-something-year-olds don't think about 30. They think about being 25.
Right.
And how that's officially old to them.
Yeah.
Because you're a quarter century. So I say I'm agreeing. Hey, once you hit 25, that's why I always said I feel like that's when your life really starts mentally. Because now the pressures is different. You feel like you're getting to an old stage, even though obviously you're old. I think me reaching 39, I realized I'm not as old as I thought it I was. I'm okay. I've only been here 39 years. Sure, that's time on this planet, but if this planet has been here millions and millions and millions of years, I'm a spectator. I'm not even a pinch of whatever it is that this life has lived.
Hell, I'm almost 43 and I still look around for the adult in the room.
That's very true. Me too. Right. Well, listen, yo.
Who gonna handle this? I know y'all ain't waiting for me.
So yeah. So that is something that is, like I said, for me personally, I feel as though that is something I'll think about as well. I think about that as well. Like that 25 part where, like I said, Natty said frontal cortex, that is a fucking thing because that's when I feel like, remember when we was talking about, like, I think there's stages in life. So it was like one at the very first time that you understand life.
Yeah.
Like when you were a kid, like when did you realize, like, oh shit, I'm on this planet? When did like you stop having fun and just being a kid, but actually start getting consciousness of things that was going on around you? What can you remember? You know how they say what's the earliest thing you can remember?
Mm-hmm.
Like that stuff. Usually it's traumatic events. That's why that question is very tough. It's
Right.
traumatic. So, you know, hello, I am 51. Totally understand. Crystal, you still young. I think I've been knowing Crystal. So she was in you was in your 30s, Crystal.
We
You was in your 30s.
still looking for the adult in the room.
Yep.
What's happening?
I've been knowing her since Gabby was a baby. So I still don't understand life. Right. Right. I think like because life is hitting us so hard in different ways, we actually figured it out a long time ago, but it's not making sense. So we kind of fall captive to the shit that's going on. And you know, I feel like that's a big part of the reason why a lot of us feel that way. A lot of us are very unsatisfied with life. And sometimes some people and that's why I said like for me personally, sometimes people like older men in particular, at a younger age, they get so obsessed, or they like for real, this is a new problem. And what I mean by a new problem is that it's always been here, but the thoughts and how it's being put out here, the way that it is like a new thing that's happening for the brashness of it, just throwing it out there in your face, like, oh, women ain't this, women ain't that. You knew it was that, but motherfuckers wasn't as loud as they was. Because they were scared of losing that relationship or whatever the case is. Now you're in a position now where the men ain't scared of that shit. They're not scared to lose that relationship because in their minds, once again, there's so much social media, there's so much happening. I don't have to talk to the girl in my local neighborhood no more. I can jump on Instagram, TikTok, all these other places and talk to somebody that's in goddamn Florida. Somebody I never, and then you don't even know their mindset because the way that their culture is out there possibly could be a lot different.
Yeah.
They might be hip to it a little differently. So now I can expand my bullshit. And I don't care. Okay, this one person, I ain't got to deal with that because when it was tight like this, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that necessarily because guess what? If you did it here, chances are you can go but so far in your radius to let it fly. You only can go but so far in your radius. I always got to fucking fly somewhere. Anyway, I don't know where it came from. But you only can go but so far, like before other people knew you was messing with this person. Like, oh, you messing with the girl from North Philly, even though she right here in South Philly, they might have known each other. Or they passed each other. Like now, the chances of you talking to some woman in Las Vegas and somebody, in Atlanta, that distance is crazy. So like that's the part right there. She said, very interesting question. Yeah. Which question? The one we're talking about right now? No more settling for that around the way, girl. Yup. That ain't it no more. That ain't it. Especially the fact that men think the way that they do. Like what? Come on now. Then you got, like I said, you have some women out here that will, they push their own narratives too. You got to have this, you got to have that to be able to do this. And I'm like, bro, are you prostituting yourself? Like, I got to, only way, and this is like at the end result, what are we talking about? Am I getting the person? Right. Or am I getting your pussy? Which P am I getting? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, and then when I get this, I might not just want that anymore.
Right.
Because the only thing you're telling me is as long as I keep providing you in this lifestyle in this way, that's the only way I can get you. And these are for those people. Clarification, y'all. We're talking about those people. So, okay. I'm sending it to Rachel. Rachel says she'll tap in for a few. But like I said, we sitting in that room, and now I'm just subjected to this type of person, and now I gotta go, and I could potentially build those personalities and build those problems off of that right there, and now live my life thinking that all women want this, Like this is the shit that winds up happening. Like when you're younger, and these things has happened to you over and over again. Rachel, I just heard your message, Rachel. And these things are happening over and over again. Now you're in this space. Now you're in this space now where you're mentally fucked up, and now you're the trash now to that person.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next younger person. And then on top of that, a lot of people train younger women younger women and younger men how to do the same thing that they have done, or at least been taught by somebody else. And then what is that? Oh, it worked for me, so it should be able to work for you. It might be the worst possible experience for that person, but you don't care because you got to do what's popular and what makes sense. That's how I look at it.
Hi.
What's going on? What up, Carolyn? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome into the first time being on this podcast. I appreciate you coming through, even though y'all coming at, at the hour and 15 mark. But we ain't talking about nothing anyway. So all right, I'll just mess with y'all. So that's just usually what my mindset is around it. I do feel like mentally there's that window, like I said. That's why I said even with the 25 to 30 window, who am I really getting in that window too?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to get a person that's learning hurt? Am I going to get a person that feels like they're getting, like, because they're getting older, they're useless? So now I'm fighting insecurities and fighting certain things, which I don't mind it, but now I'm doing that part. And then it's like, who am I going to get at this point?
Right.
And then go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I know that we've talked about why we think older, or what he said, the reason why he said older men date younger women. What do we think is the reasons why older women might date younger men or only want to date younger men? Is it looked at as predatory?
I possibly, yeah. I think it all is predatory in its own way. Maybe the reasons are different.
Yeah.
But I've heard conversations where they're like, I'm done with men that just do this, or I'm done with men that do that. And it's like, sure, I understand your standards. But once you exclusively start going to the younger, it start treating it the same way. No, the completely sex. Don't get me wrong, because I think that's the same thing for men too. It's both. Both of them want somebody that they feel as though young, fresh, and ready to go.
But I don't think I've ever heard a woman say, like, it's because I can train him to be. That could possibly be the same case.
No,
like,
it's a thing.
I can train him to be the kind of man that I want to because he's inexperienced, and I can. So, but do we look at it the same way though? Because, and I'll say this, even though I am dating someone younger than me, I don't think it's a preference. I think it's just a place that I'm at in life where like I said, a lot of men that are younger than me tend to approach me more so than men my age. And that has just been like where I've been for the past 2 years. It feels like I'm only approached by guys that are younger than me. So it's not like a preference, but I also don't like, I don't think I want a man that I have to teach how to be a man. I'm not even doing the thumbs up and I got a thumbs up. What is that about? I'm not even.
It agrees.
I don't want to teach.
Hold on that.
Because just like that gentleman said, excuse me, I said gentleman, but I use that very loosely because based off what he said, he wasn't a gentleman. The thing about women being submissive, in order for me, I like to be submissive to the man that I'm with. But in order for me to be submissive, you have to be the right kind of man. So if you're younger, I need you to be a man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I need you to be a man. I don't want to have to train you to be a man. If I like to be submissive, I need you to be the kind of man that is able to take control.
So you have that. So remember, the same thing applies for some of these people where they feel like for the women that are younger, the father figure thing, as they try to mention, or whatever the case is, the male figure in their life, right? Same tries to apply the other way around. Some younger men might want somebody represent, that feels like their mom, to be able to cook for them and take care of them or do whatever. Because men are starting to feel more. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers now they're being called bums and motherfuckers that's just gonna give you, that got nothing but stiff dick and nothing else to offer after that. The conversation yesterday, right? What did Stormy say? She said something about women will stay with a man. Tree, I don't know if you're still here. She said women will stay with a man that ain't got shit because his dick is good. But they know that that's the late night booty call or whatever that I can call. That one thing he gonna do, he gonna drop that off for you. ain't gonna give you that. He gonna give you everything he got because that's all he got.
Right.
So the lingo is still a problem to me at the end of the day. Not what
Yeah.
she's saying, but the lingo is still a problem to me because that is the flip. Like when the man, now it looks weird when the man is doing that back to the woman. That's the little young boy.
Yeah.
They ain't got shit going on with herself. She inspires to be all these things that she wants all these things. But the one thing she might be good at is stamina and doing whatever you tell her that she needs to do, right? So now that's the thing because it's the flip. It's the flip.
Yeah.
And those are the problems right there. That could potentially be the problems is that the pleasures of what you have these people for is what makes it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, sometimes I hear the lingo and it's almost like I fight myself with just the mindset and just the hearing things, you know, like I always say, like, people don't talk to people the same way that they talk to people when they're in groups of people. You know what I mean? Like, men or women that's in groups of people will talk about people a certain way, but when they're around that individual, they'll never say that shit. They'll never say that shit. I'm not saying because they're scared of it, but it's just that everybody does things in the dark.
Yeah.
You know, everybody holds, oh, man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that to her. But then, like, you don't even know that this person probably thinking that you're making love to him. That is the whole point of this, is that's why when you get to a certain age, when some people sit back and they think about it and then they sound like they fucked up or they mad or they pissed off or whatever the case is because of that. But that's not necessarily the reason why they fucked up, because you've been making love to their soul for so long. And first of all, you ain't honest, you ain't communicating with the person, you on some bullshit, and you know that you are. And you move with that person like that. So now when you're, you know, when that's happened, or you see the next body that you could potentially get, this is what happens. Yeah, so I'm doing my TED talk on that one first, you know. So let me see.
You said you were going to tell the story, Mike, of your dating young experience.
Thank you for reminding me. All right, so nothing wrong with it. It's just that, like I said, back when I was like 33, maybe 32, somewhere around there, I did date someone that was younger. She was 23, turning 24. It just, and I'm gonna try to give it its full totality. Just the experience of what that person was. I can now. She's probably one of the biggest reasons why I think the way I do, as far as like, you know, start learning a little bit more, because as we were having conversations that we was doing certain things, I felt like I was teaching.
Mm.
And that's the grooming thing that some people can be talking about.
Yeah.
And I felt that shit. I never tried to manipulate it. I just felt it.
Right.
Go ahead.
What was the dynamic of y'all's relationship? Like, did you feel like her approach was ever immature, or like brought more drama than what you needed or what you wanted, or what, like, something that you were like I've been there, done that, I'm not trying to be in that drama anymore? Like, did you ever feel like her approach felt immature to the relationship?
Not all the time. Not all the time. Just sometimes. But I felt as though it wasn't necessarily within the relationship. It was always things that was happening outside of it that would bring itself back.
Yeah. So
it was like engaging in conversations that don't belong to you, and when you engage in a conversation that don't belong to you, some people started treating you as if you were a kid. So you started responding like a kid. And one of the biggest, and I guess in my learnings, one of the most mature things you can kind of do is step away from those conversations. When you engage in it the whole entire time trying to prove yourself, it's just going to bury. Sometimes it can bury you deeper in, because the emotions start showing up, all the things start showing up, and now, you know, it's hard for some people to take you serious, because they're going to always feel like they have you, rather it's emotionally, mentally, physically, things that they can mention about your life or whatever the case is. So that was a factor that played into it, because then when she would say things to me, I had to tell her like, well, you have to learn how to just kind of get away from that. You're engaging too much into it. So yeah, even though I was like in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's probably a better way to handle a relationship is actually be in a position to be like, okay, this is what can happen. Whatever. But I felt like I was doing too much teaching to the point where it was like, I'm like, damn, she might not have her own mindset for this. I might be doing too much. It's too much me in this.
You think you felt that in the relationship or afterwards?
In.
Okay.
While it was actively happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think as time started going on, it was more or less that I started becoming frustrated about things she was telling me.
Oh yeah.
Because I knew that I'd like, okay, like at some point, what are you going to do? Is this, is that? You feel like you kind of teaching the whole entire time, and that's not it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a difference in experience. And then like some people have been in relationships for a long period of time where this particular thing hasn't happened in that relationship. When you was the person that really didn't have relationships like that, that was the problem. Because I wasn't talking to a person that was learning something. I was talking to a person that was speaking on their problems.
Right.
And what they've grown with, not what they've learned from a relationship. They just grew up with this. And their ideas of how this looks is this, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. That was pretty much.
Y'all together for a long time?
It was some months.
Okay.
I think it was like 7 months, something like that. 8 months.
Yeah.
It wasn't long.
I mean, that's a decent amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Were y'all exclusive or just like
no.
casually dating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I chose to actually actively do that. So it was like, okay, I'll actively try it.
And after that relationship, were you like, yeah, that's it? No.
I would say it wasn't a year, that's it. It's just that, I would never date that young ever again. Yeah. Yo, Mike, what's going on?
Hi.
Yeah, I would never date that young ever again. So that's basically where that led to. Sometimes you gotta know exactly, okay, to avoid any type of issues, any type of problems. This is what I don't want to do again.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my experience with that. So with you, as far as like, and do you want to know anything else? Are you good? We can move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So with you and do you feel like you would date older? I'm talking about like closer, like in the 50s older. Would you do that?
Not that it's. Here's the thing. I think if me and him had things in common, I think sometimes, and this is where the age break happens. If you can be older, as long as we still have things in common that we enjoy together. And sometimes with those age gaps, we fall into different eras where we don't know.
Like how you breaking it down.
Stuff, you know what I mean? Like we don't like the same things. We don't like the same music. We don't think the same things are fun. So if you old and you want to, like, older than me, you want to go to bingo and I hate bingo. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like that's we're not, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing.
Listen, I go to bingo.
I see, but I don't like bingo.
I go to music bingo. That should be fun.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't be a hater.
But you know what I mean? Like if we,
no,
if the things that we like are very different, and we don't have any common similar interests, we don't like the same TV shows, we don't like the same path. It's the same thing I was thinking. Like if I date somebody younger, if we are in two different places where we both don't like the same things or the things that I do, you be like, oh, that's what old people do. We don't need to be dating. I don't care how fine you think I am.
Just saying that is wild.
Right. You know what I mean? We don't need to date. So I could, if we still have similar interests, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like sometimes generationally, people carry themselves differently and do things very differently. And that might be the difference of whether or not we get along, you know?
Okay.
In a relationship.
All right, so
hold on.
All right, y'all. So it's just me. What am I going to do, y'all? I don't know what to do with myself. Anyway, no, I'm playing. All right, so I have a friend, 46, that is dating a young girl, 29, I think. Oof. I think her dad is like 5 years older than us. Oh shit. Okay, so y'all very close in age. I talked to a man in his 60s. We talked about vitamins and Motown. That was a wrap. Yeah, Nat, what the hell was you thinking? I got you, Mike. So I'm gonna ask y'all this. Everybody that's in the comments. Okay. Oh, you back, basic? All right. So look, I'm gonna ask these questions, and y'all just tell me what is important to y'all. Be honest, be as truthful as y'all can about it. Let it be known. And we're just talking about the potentials of dating younger and older. I want to try to throw them in perspective, and I guess like put them together and say, okay, this is what matters to me if I'm dating younger. This is what matters to me if I'm dating older. Or this could matter to me just in period. Like, let's just say we just going to throw it together. So, okay. So you ready, basic?
Yes.
All right. Financial stability and future plans, family and relationship, health and well-being, personal values and beliefs, share interests and hobbies, potential challenges, long-term goals, emotional connection, emotional connection, financial considerations, living situations.
Wait, time out. So what do you want me to do again?
We're just going to talk about the different ones. I'm going to actually try to put these on the screen.
Okay.
So we can share.
I was like, I was thinking, because Mike, I'm not going to remember all those. You just listen live.
Listen, y'all going to get my whole damn screen, yo.
I was like, I'm not going to remember all those. What do you need me to do? Do I need to write them down?
A little bit of rundown or something. Okay, let's make this. I'm going to take this by itself. Sorry, I'm just trying to get that extra screen. Sorry, everybody, I'm coming, I promise. I promise. Ow! Ooh. All right, I'm going to pull that off because I don't want that up there. All right. I was trying to get that extra window where I can share the screen. Okay. I wanted that extra side window. There we go. Okay. So this is it right here. You see that? Is it too small?
I don't know what about for them. Can you see?
How the hell you make things bigger? You know that shift what? What do I press? Shift something, or how do I make the screen zoom in? Okay, I think I see it.
I don't know. I didn't know there was an option.
It is. Motherfucker.
Okay.
I know you can zoom in some type of way. Anyway, so it says financial. Maybe I'll make us see if I can make it smaller. Can y'all see this? Bingo is fun, girl. I think I would date someone up to 7 years old or 8 years older than me. Can't have gout or anything though. That's crazy work. God damn.
Oh,
Bingo is fun. Then you'll be walking and hurting at the same time. Damn. Not the gout daddies.
I don't like bingo like that, y'all. My bad.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get that up there. All right, I'm gonna put us down here. No, let's go back over here. All right, so full screen layout, right? What the F? It's not changing. Anyway, so if you look at it, it says financial stability and future plans, and then you go straight down, right? And we'll just all right. So what do you feel like for a younger relationship that you would have, that you would need for that relationship if you were looking at it? Like I can read the definitions if you want me to, whichever one you pick.
Now, also keep in mind that whatever my answer is not going to be the answer for everybody. You know what I mean?
No.
Because I think a lot of these things are about personal preference and where your personal standards are and what you're looking for individually, like your personal needs are. And I don't think that there's any right or wrong. There's not any right or wrong answer to this.
No.
For anybody. It's all about what everybody's personal individual standards are.
All right. I'm trying to get it down enough where we can get all this whole thing. So we're right here. Questions considered.
Okay.
All right. So, like I said, so now which one would you choose, or would you want me to start off? I don't mind starting it off.
We can start from the top. Yeah.
Okay. So for me personally, if I'm dating someone that is, I think for both, I'm gonna do for both. So for both, I would say financial stability and future plans is big with me. Family and relationship.
You're picking the ones that are priorities to you. Is that what you're doing?
Priorities, yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So for both, I would say that I'll choose financial stability and future plans. What do you think with that?
What do you mean both? For both what? Older and younger?
Both older and younger, yeah.
Oh.
I need the stability.
Okay.
Not necessarily it has to be financial, but I'm just saying
right.
the future stuff, like how we building this empire with each other, if that's what we're doing. So
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say long-term goals has a lot to do with it for me. Like where we're going in the future, like where are our plans and are they similar? Are we at a similar place with what we want and what we're looking for in our future, whether it be in the next short term and long term? I want them to be somewhat similar so that we can figure out if we are, heading in a similar direction and not two different directions.
Yeah.
And that goes with both. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, you have to ask the questions. If I'm dating somebody younger, I need to know, are you a person that's looking to have children? Like, are you trying to start a family? Because that's not what my long-term goal is. I'm not trying to start a family. A child is the next 18 years. And that's not something that's on my to-do list at all. I also think
damn Mike.
Give me a the way you said it, so funny. Give me an open. I'm weak. I do think that when it comes to financial considerations and financial stability, it is important, but I think more importantly for me personally, you have to be able to hold your own. And you also have to be able to, if we're coming together in a relationship and living together, you have to be able to contribute to the household. Like, I can't feel like I'm taking care of you, and I also don't want you to feel like you're taking care of me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not looking for you to be someone who is going to supplement my life or pay for me, but I am wanting you to be someone who I don't want to be hurting when we come together. You know what I mean? I want you to be able to contribute, and we be able to make each other better because we're both contributing to the relationship and improving. I
care about these two right here: the shared beliefs and personal values. Share interests and hobbies, and then personal values and beliefs. Those have to make sense to me because I think you need to have someone that you're in common with. Like, I think that's the biggest part. Is like, yeah, you can. All people don't need that, but it's like that's a big factor. You have to have somebody that you have something in common with, because if you don't, chances are y'all always going to do things that's opposite of each other. Yeah, you might not be into it, but it's like, okay, so let me see. For instance, I don't know if she's still watching, but Milan, she got me into watching Sisters and shit, and then watching other shows of those T-Pain series, aka Tyler Perry. And I like those shits. Like, but that was her thing, but now I like it.
You can be young and have gout. I can't.
She is very much true. That's very much a true statement. Like, a lot of this food is different now. So, but yeah, like, those are like things that you can do. Like, okay, this person likes this. Maybe, I'll give it a try. Yeah. Like, those are something that, even if y'all don't have the same values, like learning them, as long as you're willing to learn them, sometimes that could work too. Yeah. I say you have to. And I get, like, everybody enjoys being who they are and enjoy their own, their own things about themselves. But it's okay to learn somebody's stuff. At least that's what I think. The personal values and beliefs. Okay, so listen. I will tell everybody in a second. I'm not a person that's religious. would I like to listen to the things that you say about the religion? Sure. But I'm not religious. I'm not at all. Don't try to take me to church. I'm not going to church. I know too much about what I need to know. And that's about it for me. So that's probably going to be, I think that's a lot of the times that is something that, you know, plays with a lot of people, because some people are, you know, into the church heavy, into the Bibles and into the Qurans and into the people are Mormons or I've never talked to a Mormon, but people are into what a Jehovah's Witness. You know, a lot of black people are Jehovah's Witness. You know, a lot of religions, and it has to make sense. You have to do what makes sense. Don't go try to date somebody or date me or whatever because I might look okay to you. Like, it's not gonna be smart for you. So
yeah.
But basically, you was continuing on. What's yours? You know what you got?
I can't remember what. Hold on. I already said long-term goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Emotional connection is also important. But I also agree with the personal values and beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
You want to find somebody who, you know, and that's younger or older. It's important for both. Like where we both have similar values, we both have similar beliefs. I think in any relationship that's super important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, she said amen to that, Big Mike. Really, Crystal, the amen part is funny. But yes, amen to that. What's up, Crystal? So I'm gonna say one last thing as far as this, and I know we can end early. That's the fun part.
Hey, Tony.
Tony. Yo, y'all playing the game, Tony? I might be on there. I don't know. I might get on that game. He's playing the game yesterday, tripping, having a good ass time. It's a game called Repo. That shit's fun. But the potential challenges, that is the part that we should talk about. Remember, if this is you and you're dating older or younger, this is how it's looking. It's either this way or it's this way. Either or, y'all going this ways. The challenges of dating older is that you understand that you possibly are dating a Generation X. You're possibly dating a person that has been through some shit in their life or has a certain level of standard that they have in their life too, and that they expect you to uphold to. But you're dating younger. They could potentially be in stages of growing up, or sometimes the younger person might have more than you as an older person. Might not have experience in life, but they got a lot of good things going on for themselves too, where they don't need you. They're just choosing to be with you. Probably could be lack of experience, could be other reasons, I don't know, but they're choosing you. So I think that's the biggest challenge. That could be potential challenges that you go through. I would say also, like, that's why I made the intro to our video, is because of the fact that these old heads be thinking that they want these young bulls. And then this is the thing. You lead with certain statuses for some things. For some people, you lead with certain statuses, like, you know, they want men that got money, or they want this, even though we discussed they really don't give a shit. They just want it was something else that was said about that too. They want the person to be able to they want the person for looking good purposes, to be able to tell their homies and show off to their homies. You know what I mean? And that's one of the biggest things. Oh man, you see my young boy, look how fine she is, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, and then the homies can big you up, because obviously men need to show how, you know, it's weird. Men are in competition with each other 24/7. It don't even make no sense. So where am I going at with this part? I kind of lost my train of thought that fast. Damn, basically I lost my train of thought talking about these niggas. I lost my fucking train of thought. I'm going the fuck in. You would think I popped a fucking edible the way I lost my train of thought.
Oh man.
Yeah, Tony, this shit was crazy. I was cooking. He was cooking. I was going to fucking. All right, hold on.
Oh God.
I gotta do the Missy Elliott and flip it back. Let me see. I had to look at it. The potential challenges. Okay, back to my point. So, like I said, if you are in a situation where you're dating someone that's younger, like I said, they could be in your pockets heavy. They could be in your pockets heavy and out here just snatching everything from you. Now, remember, this is the point: is that you wanted that young boy. That is sometimes would come with the price of getting these younger women. They want the fancy life. And then on top of that, they also want you to, some of these women are so good at what they do. They don't even want to know that you exist, nigga. Don't say nothing. Sometimes they just want to look good for all the other things. You got them out here, some women be out here looking good and you don't even know. You be like, and then you find out what they do for their job. You're like, oh, her bank account must be great. Like, and I ain't saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying because I know some women that whatever, but I have people that know that they got people that be out here doing their thing and they be doing shit on the side that you don't know nothing about. It ain't your business to know. And that's cool. But she ain't never gonna reveal her old nigga. Like, I promise you that. Like, she ain't never gonna reveal him. And you know how I know that? It's because when you have the circles, and the circles start talking. And what I mean by the circle is that when they tighten up, they'll be like, oh man, I gotta go call my old nigga. There it go, right there. There it go, right there. Is that a part of the grooming process? That's part of, I don't know. Is that manipulation? Probably on both sides at this point. All right, I'm done with that part.
Is that your only is that the only problem or issues that you have?
Oh no, I'm talking about I was just saying for younger it could be that. Well, I think I explained the older, it's a lot of the Gen X shit.
It could be more than that. It's inexperience. It's not having the same life experiences. It's not wanting the same things. It's you two could be on two totally different pages and what you want. And like it's a younger person still might not isn't ready to settle down. They're not ready to be wifed up and in the house or in the house, settle down, or even for a man might not be ready for that. Might be still wanting to go out and have fun and party and go to clubs and you're not wanting to. If you guys aren't on the same page with what you want and what you're looking for and what you're trying to do in life and where you stand, that's another thing. And that's always going to cause issues of contention. If you guys are not in the same place and you want to do one thing and they want to do another, that's something you have to consider.
Yep. We hoes out here. All right, y'all. So look. I know it wasn't we had a fairly good show, and I appreciate Basic for making her way back and coming to see everybody and say hi and all the good stuff. She ain't going nowhere, y'all. I'm not over here talking like she's going somewhere. But it's always good to just, get back to this and get to this conversation part again. Thank y'all the viewership and everything. Everybody that has been watching. Remember, we don't have fans. We have family, and that's one thing I think we do the most of out of anybody is that we actually had conversations. I think this is a big conversation for everybody. You might not be in here physically talking to us, but you are in the
party.
So anyway, so it is about having religion, not religion. Yeah. So what was I saying? I got my thing.
I was gonna say, is something playing in the background?
Yeah, I was talking. But anyway, so like I said, I thank everybody for always just being here, regardless if you're here for the first time or if you've been here for the past 2+ years that we've been here. Crazy. And that's why I said it's time for us to do our live podcast. Like I said, this summer is the goal, is to do that. I don't know the date. That's something that we got to work out and what we're gonna do, but it's definitely gonna happen, I think. So it's let's just go ahead and do it. I know that everybody here is going to support and show up and show out.
Hold on, I gotta give a shout out before we go because I know we're winding down. Y'all see this shirt right here? It says self love. I don't know if y'all can see it. I don't know if I can flip myself.
Oh, that shit dope.
Hold on, I wanna.
I'm gonna take. Hold on. Let me. No. Are you gonna flip your camera?
Can I do it? Can I flip the camera?
Hold on. Let me add this at the bottom so you can be able to show the full shirt. Boink. You see it now?
Okay.
Can you see everything?
Yes. So you guys see this? I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how to invert myself. I have to. It would take me forever to figure it out. I just want you guys to see it. It says self love. While you guys are here, I want you guys to take a moment and to head over to wearwhatyafeel.com. Mike, if you can put it in the thing, it's wear, WEAR, what, WHATYA, feel.com. It's clothing that has a great positive message. Wear what you feel. Wear what you feel, YA. Wear,
so WEAR. WHAT.
YA. Feel, FEEL.com. Head over there, guys. Check it out. It's like positive merch. It's all about.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah, it's all about positivity. It's all about good vibes. The slogan is positive vibes only, but we also have a lot of things like this about self-love and just support it.
You started a brand?
No, listen, my brand is coming soon. We'll talk about that later. But this is Pos's brand. He has all of his clothing is all about like really good positive messages. He has a lot of stuff like anti-negativity, social club. I want y'all just to check it out. For me, he always got some sort of distraction going. He does. It's always some voices, some fools, something going on in the background. Okay. I didn't know if you guys need to like flip it, but please, everybody go and check it out. The positive vibes only shirts are really great. I have quite a few. Y'all have probably seen me wear some of them. And I haven't had a chance to plug it, but this is one of the newest ones, self-love. You guys go check it out. Good stuff. Great clothes. Great
you and your posture check. I got you, basic. We see it. Dang.
I couldn't tell. If y'all could see, I want to make sure y'all can see what, you know.
That's the face I feel like you need. Go check it out.
Absolutely. What he said.
Go do it, guys.
It's tough these days, but most importantly, we need to support people.
We need to support
people. I agree. Getting. I think he means getting older or younger.
Listen, my mind went right to where it needed to be. The gutter. Like, y'all eating younger than old people. Huh? Freaky.
I think he meant getting older. Hold on, what's that next one? I was dating a woman. She was 24 and when I was 24 and she was 40, felt weird. Now that I'm older, when you're young, you just go with it. He meant dating. That was the word he was not eating. Dating older or younger is.
I got you. Yeah. I got you. I ain't thinking nothing. My mind is out the gutter now.
Your mind was definitely in the gutter, Mike.
So far in there. So far. All right. So make sure y'all checking that out. Like I said, it's in the comments right there. I did add it a part of our I added a part of this, so it's that.
Nice.
I spelled it right.
Yes, that's how you spell it. Great merch. Great merch with a positive message. It's all about wearing like your positivity and your inner self-love on the outside, so you can like tell people, love yourself, be positive, all that good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm definitely gonna look at it because I like self-love stuff. I need to, I like supporting the merch, And also, listen, if y'all coming into the live podcast, make sure y'all are getting the We Got Questions merch. Yeah, man,
we do. We gotta talk. I'm gonna talk to you about some other stuff for the live show. Yes. I got some ideas.
Oh, we're gonna sell some shit. You gonna sell shirts there? I want to sell shirts there. If you want to come with your own stuff. If y'all know, I don't know if y'all can hear me. If y'all know that y'all want one or y'all want to get a shirt, whatever the case is, I will have one made for you, and I'll do a custom make however you want it to be. Get some shirts made, and and buy them off of me, and I'll get them to you. Get them out there. So that's a goal. But yeah, basic. And whenever you're ready, my ears is always You know, I'm always in this mode. How many times I probably call you out of nowhere? I said, look, I got this, right? I got that. Like, yeah, I got stuff going on all the time. So I do have some things that I'm working up, and I'm waiting to talk to Morgan. I'll talk to her in a few because, like I said, remember we want to create like brands off of this. I'm gonna talk about that shit later. But anyway, like I said, we got question shirts. We do have people that are in here that do have their own business and stuff like that. I did subscribe to so right here, where's she at? I say yes. Where you at, Crystal? I got like 4 Crystals in here. Crystal D. Lewis, she has a podcast that they're doing right now, and it's one of my like things that I want to talk to them about. So at some point we want to have them on here, but they have their own podcast. Crystal, tell me what is the name of your podcast if you are still here, because I don't remember the name 100% of it. Gosh darn it! Hopefully she's still there.
Is she still in here?
She might be. So I know that. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do your thing. I didn't mean to click that. Yeah,
No.
of course. But I know that they talk about current events as far as like just being in the hair care industry, just doing hair the business side of that, and that sounds like something that's interesting to me. I like hearing different things. I don't want to hear the same shit all the time. I want to hear people talk about the hair care stuff. I've always believed that there's people. Everybody should try it in some type of way. I can't wait till Basic does her solo one. I'll be sad because I ain't gonna have her there, but but I'm gonna help. I'll help her produce as much as I possibly can when she starts that up when it's their time. So I know that I'm finishing up one on my side. It's the Journey to 40 podcast, but let me finish it. I'm still working on things about it. We also have we have our people that comes through that supports us locally and stuff like that, and that's a big fan of the show. Like I said, my sister, she does her cooking and stuff. This is her Instagram right here, b.crystal.events. If you're here locally in Philadelphia, she makes she makes oxtail macaroni and cheese.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I know. I'll set it on purpose too because you wasn't here. She cooked this in the middle of the last time, so I appreciate her for coming through and doing that with me. My sister Mira was on there. That shit was funny. Make sure y'all supporting Rachel. She always here in the comments. She has her own business as far as like edibles. I think it's the edibles and like certain foods and stuff. Like I wish I can eat it, but I think she does have another side where it's not edible. So I'm like, all right, I have to get something to support.
If she did a chickpea edible.
No, because I got a job. You let me fire you. Damn it, that random. Milan is in here. I posted her stuff a couple of times in here, but this is her. She does that's her art. I think it's the season where she's getting ready to start back up. mimisartroom.com. Okay. She has her art. You can go to her Instagram right here. Mimi's Art Room, all that right there, and show love to it. But I showed y'all the book she did of me. Listen, that's the only thing I got from that. But this is the book right here. I have written inside the book. I have my chicken scratch in here. It looks fucking horrible. Don't worry about it. I take little pages and stuff and just write stuff. I know I got stuff in like the middle of the book too, like to get to a certain point. So yes, this is her art, like custom art that she did. But it's like I felt as though it was always good. Listen, supporting Black businesses is a thing for me right now. And that's something that I want to try to do. So pretty soon, I want to get other Black creators on here to be able to have our conversations we got questions about. So try to collaborate as much as we can with other people, because that is something that is a fan of Basic. Basic love podcast. I mean, not podcasts, but having people on the show. That's her thing. She likes having the element of people, not just me and her all the time. So yeah. So cheap viewers on streambo.com. That's my Twitch doing that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you was there. Yep, no problem. No problem at all. I thought the same. Clutch my Crystal, what is the name of your podcast? The name of your
behind.
She might be, damn it.
Yeah, I think she might be a little behind.
Yeah, she might be. She's gonna get to that point and be like, oh, the name of my podcast. She's gonna click right off. Fucked up, ain't it? But all right, y'all. Listen, next week we'll be back. And giving y'all a nice fun topic. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, it's good to be back, guys. I missed y'all. No. Good thing. I'm glad your hand is in the opposite direction of where the actual.
Oh, fuck.
It's not happening. Oh, and for you and Pazzi, also happy WrestleMania week. Yeah.
See, that's why I'm basically going to have a long relationship because she knew what to say, the right things to say. Posy, you got a good one. You got a good one. Listen, I was at WrestleMania last year, and it was one of the best times of my life.
Were you?
It was cold as fuck that day, but it was so much fun. I wouldn't change it for the world. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't change it for the world. All right, I'm gonna end it with I'm gonna put something in there. I don't know. I'll do something goofy or something funny just to end the podcast, like I always do. Let's see. What am I throwing there? I've had this video on here, and I've thought this shit was hilarious. It was sent to me by one of my friends, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it to. Oh, sorry, y'all. We're ending. I'm just, just sit back, basically, because you might find it funny, because it's dedicated to these kids out here. And listen, you little nasty motherfuckers, I need y'all to stop doing a particular thing.
Whoa, what?
You'll see. Cutting up with the hairboard. There we go. See, she caught up. She caught up. That is it right there. Hey, thank you, Crystal. Really appreciate that one. Appreciate it. All right. I'm coming, y'all, I promise. Damn, it's 9:02. What the fuck? Man, because I gotta go to work. I'm off this. Listen, you know what's fun about WrestleMania week? Every year for the rest of my life, I'm taking off during WrestleMania.
Nice.
So I have my whole week off next week. It starts Friday, Good Friday into Oblivion. I ain't doing shit. Me and Gabby gonna find out to do something. So I might go try to see if somebody, particular person, that's in the comments. Come on, damn it! Why take so long? Oh, there we go. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna see your reaction to it though, basic.
Okay.
How you gonna get your stinky ass peaked all over the toilet seat and leave that nasty yellow stain mess for me? Oh no, you're really getting on my nerves. I came in to take a shit and then my booty had to swerve out the way of that big yellow stain. Oh no, 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 I'm losing control. Can't aim for shit, this a big ass bowl. How the fuck did you even miss? It's all over the floor, on the goddamn floor. Oh no, that string was splashing everywhere. But the bowl, get your eyeballs checked and get your aim correct and get your ass in here and clean up this mess. I can't sit, can't shit because your ass can't piss.